So welcome back to the web design series where we design a website in Figma and then we transition into Webflow and we develop the website in Webflow. You can literally see the whole process of design and of development. And in this episode, we're gonna see how do we find the right colors for the layout that we designed in the previous episode. So in the last episode, we've made this wireframe of a website that we basically designed according to some inspirations that we liked. And as you can see here, I finalized the wireframe. And you can see here, I've added two more sections that you didn't see me do in the last video. So I've added another section where we're going to showcase some promotions and another added the footer section. For now, as you can see, it's in wireframe. And the reason why it's in wireframe is because we just wanted to see the layout that will work for us. Now that we found the layout and that you had the green light from your client that he likes the layout, then you can move on to colors. And that's what we're going to do now. But if we just jump back for a second and just one note about the layout. The layout is organized in a useful way, meaning that I just didn't come up with a layout that just seems like, oh, it's okay, just fill in the blanks. Not necessarily. This is not how it works. Because here we have a tea house that we're designing a website for, we have to consider the fact that, first of all, they have a location and that they are making money by us using the website and driving them people to their location with the website. So we have to make sure that it's extremely easy for people to access the location and to see the location. So, for example, the whole website is designed so that users take action. And because in the last episode, we've decided that also this tea house is going to have some e-commerce payments, we've also added a section where users can buy some tea from the website. So we also displayed some call to actions for them to literally go and buy tea from the website as well. So the whole website is made to increase conversions because there's no point of making a pretty website if it's not going to do anything. Okay, now back to the colors. So where I like to start is colors.co. Basically, this is a color generator. When we click here on start the generator, what it's going to do is that it's going to generate a series of colors. What happens now is that by pressing space on your keyboard, it's going to shuffle. And it's literally going to shuffle infinitely. Now, the reason I like this tool is that it allows us to see different combinations of colors. And in our case, because we saw that tea houses, by looking at our inspirations we found in the last episode, we can see that tea houses have this sort of greenish look, and it's very pale colors, which, symbolizes relaxation and calm. And that's what we're looking for. So we're looking for green colors here that are very pale. So yeah, I can literally start shuffling infinitely until I see the color I like. So for example, here, I really like this color. I think we might be able to use it. It's not green, but I think it might also fit very well in our design. So if I like it, I can press the lock button here and it's going to lock it. And then it's going to keep this color the same and generate other colors next to it.
5 minutes later.
This is a color I like. This is something I will lock and I will just drag it here.
Thousands of tears later.
So now that I found like two colors that I like, unfortunately the software doesn't generate any more colors that I like. But it gave me a good idea of the colors that I'm kind of looking for. Those two colors, I think they have the potential for me to use them as primary or secondary colors, or I could say even complementary. We should usually have one primary color that will occupy most of our space. And we should have another complementary color that is like a secondary color and also an accent color that will basically be used for details. So at the moment, I'm thinking of using this green color as our primary color, and I'm thinking of using this beige color as our complementary color. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use another tool. First of all, I'm gonna select the color, I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna go use another tool. It's called mycolor.space. So once you have your primary color, you can paste your primary color here and then click generate. What it's gonna do is gonna generate different color combinations that you can inspire yourself from. The good practice here is that there is no rules about how many colors you can use in a web design. You can use 5, you can use 4, and you can use as little as 2 or 3. It's just the fact that you have to use colors that work together properly. So in our case, as I said, we're gonna try to go with pale colors. I really like this combination of 3 colors. And so basically what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna just put it aside and go to Figma and fill those 4 circles with our colors. Well, 3, because I have 3 colors. And I'm just doing it just for, visualize it. Usually I don't make circles like this. I just save it into Figma and then I use it accordingly. But just for this tutorial's sake, I'm just gonna put those colors in our circles. And at the moment, I really liked the color we found previously. That was the beige color here. So I'm still going to copy it and use it in our Figma file. So now that we have our colors, we can start filling our design with those colors. What I'm going to start doing now is to add the colors in the hero section. So here in that section, I was thinking of putting the extremely pale color here. This way we don't need to have our text, like there is not a lot of contrast between the text and the background. I'm gonna keep the text black because it's perfect contrast. So for the nav bar, we can try to go with the darker yellow. But I honestly, no, it doesn't look great at all. What if we go with the white? So again, the whole design process, it's experimenting. You're looking and you're trying to get ideas of how can you do it that it works. Maybe sometimes you have ideas and they will just not work. Sometimes in your head, it looks like you imagine it nice, but when you do it in Figma, it's ugly. And sometimes you have to just try it out. So at the moment, I'm trying out different combinations. Usually what you would do is that you would call those sections. For example, here you would say nav links. Here you would say social links. So it's a good practice of naming your items, especially if you're outsourcing your project. Maybe if you're a person that outsources your project, then it's better to name everything. It's just easier afterwards for naming conventions in Webflow or whatever software you're using. Maybe your developer is even developing everything by code. So here I found an image of a tea house that should fit perfectly. So we're gonna go tea house, photo, and yeah, as we can see, the problem here is that the image is very low quality. How didn't I see that it was so bad quality? It looks so nice on Google. Yeah, so we found the logo, and basically now just trying to make sure we have a certain symmetry. um I'm thinking of, it's very nice that we have like a line, basically showcasing a separation between like different elements. For example, between the nav menu, then the logo, and between the social links. um those social links, by the way, I'm thinking of applying one of the colors we have. um so as you can see, we basically didn't choose any of those colors as our primary color. Because when you look at one color separately and you're saying, oh, that's a very nice color, and I think it might look good on the website. And once you apply it, it just doesn't work that well. So you can see here, we chose completely a different color. And I'm still thinking of using some of those colors for different things. For example, as I said, for the accent color, we need something that pops more for details. The accent color is what shows our details. So let's try some of those colors to show if we can use them as accent colors. Like this one, no, the contrast is horrible. They're too pale. I really don't like that. Well, like in a bad way, pale. Yes, that's what we're looking for, but at the same time, um, it's like it doesn't fit the aesthetic. Let's see what we can come up with. By looking some of our inspirations here. Hmm. Okay, what if we make it a little bit like this? Because if when it's like this, I don't like it. It doesn't fit the. It still has to say somewhat dark. Let's try with this color at the moment. It's not necessary. It's like a very dark, a grayish green. Okay, so for now, let's move on to the next section, and we'll add the colors here. Yeah, so I'm basically planning of having those cards I've did to be the menu, which I'm gonna make in Photoshop, or I'll make just an image of a fake menu just to showcase it here. Okay, so basically I've decided to go with this type of look where there is a sort of light in the back. And basically what's happening here, I'm gonna find a mockup, which I think I just found. It's a mockup of T, which I should be able to download now. And basically this T, we will be able to remove the background and place it here. And same thing we'll find for a story. I think we'll put a book here, a mock-up of a book. Now, for the moment, we have only 2 colors in our whole design. So we have this color, which we will save, by the way. We'll call it pale beige. By the way, I don't know how you spell beige. This is in French. I think. No, beige. No, this is not French. This is perfect. Yeah, perfect. Okay. In French is different. In French is with an accent. Anyways, point is, this is beige. We save the color, and this one too, we'll save it. I would say pale yellow. So in the beginning, like we really see that in the beginning, we really see that we wanted green colors, green pale colors, and after doing some iterations of design, we kind of find out that yellow color, like the pale yellow color and beige color also work extremely well. So yeah, it's like once you go through iterations, you see different possibilities that emerge along the way. So now we're in Photoshop. We're just going to remove the background, and literally that's it. And we are ready to export it. So we export it. And of course, we'll reduce the size a little bit because now I think it's going to be like 4K or something. Yeah, well, more than 4K. So I'll put it at the moment at 650 in width, and that should be good. So export. I'll export it into mockup. So T mockup. Then we just take the image. So when this is something that we'll fix in Webflow, because here we'll basically need to cut the image, and while transitioning into Webflow, we'll take care of all of those things. For now, again, it bothers me, but because again, if the font would be right here, and it would be perfectly fitted for this design, which we're gonna do again in the next video, this would look way more correct, and it would look nice. It's just, again, the font makes it look extremely ugly. This is something just we have to go through and pretty much ignore for this step at the moment. And again, for now, because for the sake of time, I'll keep it like this as this mockup, but I think I'll find another mockup without a hand, because the hand is just like it just doesn't fit in here. And again, I just don't like the way it just cuts. So yeah, so in the next video, I think I'll just find another mockup. But for now, I'll keep this one for the sake of time. Now for the story. Yeah, so at the moment, that's the changes I've done. I just have to find the mockup for this place. Also, I was thinking of actually making the whole background of the whole canvas, making it, where can we find, just a second. So the whole canvas, yeah, exactly. So making it that color. And I was thinking it fits very nicely, and it's something I think I'm gonna go like for. I think I'm just gonna add some more colors or even some backgrounds in the back, but for now I'll keep it this way. And I just wanted, for the sake of this tutorial, because this tutorial is basically how to find the colors. So here are the 3 colors that we have basically for the whole design. So yeah, so now basically what I'll do is I'll pause the video, and I'll come back. I'll do some changes, and when I'll resume it, you'll see more of the final look that I'll add to this design. Yeah. And in the next video, we'll see how we can find the typography. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments down below. And again, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.